Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is for you too. This is Pastor Dow. Sister Carol and I, as well as the Israelites here at Straightway, we live a set-apart life. And living that set-apart life, that does not mean that we're out of touch with reality, but there are a lot of things that we are definitely out of touch with. And I'm glad that years and years and years ago that I got the revelation from the scripture as to what we should be doing in this time. And I'll show you the reason why. The other day, Sister Carol and I was out in town because after gathering the saints, we was taking care of some logistical business. And of course, our car was very muddy and stuff, and I didn't have time to wash it, so we actually went to a car wash. And so we were sitting down waiting for the car, to go through its cycle and stuff, and I glanced over at the magazine area over there. And of course, they have a bunch of magazines over there, and I looked at the magazine. It's a Time magazine. And I said and thought to myself, I looked at it, and I had to take a double take. And I want you to listen to me very closely. I had to take a double take. And because on the front of this magazine, I want you to look and see what's on the front of this magazine. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? There is a mother on the front of this magazine that's got this 3-year-old boy sucking her breast. She has a shirt out, and he's sucking it. On the front of Time magazine. Now, this magazine is a publication that actually goes all across America. I mean, on front page. And it says, "Are you mom enough?" Now, I understand the message that they're saying because, when in the 70s, when the women said that they were just as good as any man, and they took their bras off and threw them out in the streets and carry on and stuff. And ever since then, the powers that be and the society, the way that they have influenced the homes, has done everything to remove the mother out of the home. And now mothers, women are having children to take away their reproach because every woman desires to have a child, whether they admit it or not. But the sad part about it is this, is that 20 years ago, you would have never saw nothing like this. This would have been considered porn. And I just want to bring this up because I want to show you the decline of morality in our society. And no doubt we are in a serious decline. I mean, a very serious decline. When you can go out and you can see, and that's a 3-year-old boy. That ain't no baby. That's a little 3-year-old boy sucking his mama's breast right there on the front cover of a major publication here in the United States of America. And we've got to the point now to where nothing shocks us anymore because of the decline of morality and the spiritual bankruptcy that we all seem to be dealing with. And I tell you, it's literally appalling. Now, I'm a simple man. And I know that the Most High, when he created a woman, he created the woman to be the man's helpmeet. Now, I understand that when people have other belief systems, that they don't believe that. And that's regardless. That's irrelevant to the point that I'm making here today. The one thing I can say for this woman is that she is actually using her breast for what it's created, for what it was created to do. A woman, that's the reason why she has breasts, is designed to feed her children breast milk. Well, when you're corrupted in your mind by this society, you can see that people are starting to use, especially women, to use their breasts for everything other than what they were created for. And I know that this is hard hitting in a perverse society when evil has become good and good now has become evil, because people today they don't believe in morality. They don't believe in holiness and sanctification and righteousness. But a woman's breast was created for her babies to get milk from. Now we live in a society that women are putting silicone implants, they're puffing them up, they're jacking them up, all for one purpose alone, to draw attention to themselves. You know why? Because the women have become a nation of whores. That's basically bottom line what it's for. Basically become a nation of whores. Now I'm talking about the people, think about it for a second. We would turn around, we know how jacked up the formula is for the children. And we say we love our children. And I find a hard time believing that people do love their children when they would actually go out and buy formula knowing good and well, if you are informed. Now, if you're ignorant, I understand what's going on. But if you're informed or knowing good and well that that is going to bring harm to your child. And there is no greater milk for the child than the mother's breast. Now, at least the one thing I can say for this woman that she does have going for her is that she doesn't have all these silicone implants and gel implants, and she's not trying to hike up her titties like everybody else, all these other women in America is right now. But, you know, she should be ashamed of herself. And you know, putting a boy on the front cover of Time magazine. I wonder how much money they had to pay her. I wonder how much that it cost her to be able to wear a shirt like that and drop her shirt and then put a boy on her breast and then let the boy suck her breast on the front cover of Time magazine. He says her name is Jamie Lynn Grumlett, 26 years old, and a 3-year-old son. That's a pretty big 3-year-old boy. And, you know, everything is jacked up. The woman has been taken away from the greatest job that there has ever been for creation, which is mommy. You know, the first line teacher of the home. The most honorable calling that there is for a woman to raise her children and to guide her house so that her husband can call her blessed. But what we got now? Well, we got women who, I'm an educated woman. And then what does that do? That takes you out of the home. You have children. Somebody else raises them. Are you following me? Or either you're sitting down at home watching soap operas or watching all these stupid women shows, which you have all these thoughts implanted into your mind and stuff. And I tell you, so, you know, I looked at this and then I came home and I started to do some research on some certain subjects. And I'm literally appalled. I am literally appalled at the decline of what's going on today. You know, I'm glad that I'm set apart. I'm glad that I live a holy lifestyle. I'm glad that every morning when I wake up and when I see people come to this church and assembly, I see women who are clothed and in their right mind. They're not trying to go out and pump up their chest and stuff for every Tom, Dick, Harry, Mutt, and Jeff out there to lust over. They're not trying to be voluptuous, if you understand what I mean. They're not trying to get, I saw the other day on the internet, butt implants. Did y'all hear what I said? You can tell they got breast implants because even up here in this town, you can see these perverted little women up here. And then, you know, one minute you walk around, they flat as a door. And the next minute, it's like they're big as a cow. And you wonder, what happened? What happened? Now, you have to understand, you know, I don't think, I don't think that people will go volunteer to be cut on to have some stuff to lift up their breast, to lift up their chest. I mean, do you understand that? Do you understand that? Your breast, women, and I know this is far from you, it's not designed for you to have breasts so big so that everybody out there in the world can lust after you. You got some serious problems. You got some serious problems if you go out there and you allow yourself to go under a knife and get some implants put inside of you. Are you listening to me? And you don't use your breasts for what y'all created them for. You have milk when you have a child. And your breasts were created for the child to suck on. If you don't believe me, look at nature. Look at nature itself and see what nature does. Even nature should teach you. We are a wicked and perverse generation. Now they got butt implants. But what they do, they call it breast augmentation, butt augmentation. Ain't nothing augment about it. What are you doing it for? What's the sole intent and purpose for? I'll tell you what it is. It's a vanity, lustful, prideful spirit. And it's there to draw attention to yourself. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because if you are a mother and you can't use your breast for what they created for, you are perverted. And you are perverted to the core. And you're full of demons and full of devils. And I don't even know if Yah can even deliver you, even if you wanted to, because your mind is so corrupt.